Alright, we're asked to graph y equals the cosine of x in between 3 pi and 5 pi. So it goes from 0 to 1 and down to negative 1 since we have no amplitude. And so there's 3 pi and there's 5 pi. Not drawn the scale because we got the little stuff at the beginning. Well, we all know that right in between 3 pi and 5 pi is 4 pi. Right here I have 3.5 pi, which is the same thing as 7 over 2. So this is 7 pi over 2. And over here we have 4.5 pi, which is the same as 9 pi over 2. So that's a 9 in there. And we always start a new cycle at anything even pi. So since we're doing cosine, I'm going to start the cycle at 1. It goes down in this direction till we get to 5. And it goes down in this direction till we get to 3. Alright, once again we're asked to graph y equals the cosine of x in between negative 8 pi and negative 6 pi. Well, in the middle of negative 8 and negative 6 is negative 7. If I have negative 6.5, I can use my calculator, or I know that the fraction of negative 6.5 is 13 over 2. And when I do negative 7.5, I know that's the same thing as negative 15 pi over 2. Once again, we're looking for even number pi's. There's 1 and there's 1. So that's where I'm going to start at, positive 1. We go through our normal progression because this should look exactly like the cosine curve, and there's our graph. Alright, so in this one they're asking for the amplitude and the period first because they change. The amplitude is equal to the absolute value of the number in front, which in this case is 3 halves. And the period is equal to 2 pi over k, which in this case is 2 pi over 5. So here's 1, here's 2, in the middle will be 3 halves. Here's negative 1, negative 2, and in the middle will be negative 1.5. The period goes to 2 pi over 5. So what is right in the middle of 2 pi over 5 and 0? Well, 2/5 divided by 2 equals 1/5. So this is pi over 5. In front of that, 1/5 divided by 2 equals 1/10. So the first tick mark is 1 pi over 10. And if I take 1/5 plus 2/5 divided by 2, that turns out to be 3/10. So that's going to be 3 pi over 10. This time we have a negative in front of the cosine, which means normally we would start at the top, but because of the negative we're going to start at the bottom, which is at negative 3 halves. And so we go towards the top, then we go back towards the bottom. The answer is not correct unless you make your marks for the x values in all 5 of these spots. In this problem, the amplitude is equal to 0.7, and the period is equal to 2 pi divided by 3 halves, which is 4 pi over 3. So here's 0, there's 1, so here's about 0.7, there's negative 1, so right about there is negative 0.7, 0.7, and I know I'm going to end at 4 pi over 3. Well, 4 pi over 3 divided by 2 is 2 pi over 3. 2 pi over 3 divided by 2 is 1 pi over 3, and 2 pi plus 4 pi over 3, both of them over 3, divided by 2 equaled 1, so we got regular old pi in the middle. Because we have a sine this time, we start at 0, 0. And our normal sine curve goes up first, and in a pattern like this, so you should know which way the sine pattern goes and which way the cosine pattern goes. Okay, one more look at that in case you missed it. Alright, last problem, we're looking for the equation. In the problem it does say sine function, so I'm going to put a sine. I got plus or minus 8 over 5 in front to take care of the amplitude. And for the period, 2 pi over k equals 5 pi over 3. When I cross multiply, 6 pi equals 5 pi k. Divide both sides by 5 pi. And the answer turns out to be 6 over 5 x or theta. And that's it for part 2.